Manasi Joshi has excelled in international events such as the Para Badminton World Championships, and she has won 30 medals for the country.
In 2019, I became a world champion.
Manasi Joshi's journey is nothing less than a roller coaster ride. At Paris, her eyes will be set on a gold medal.
I don't want to become a sensational headline because of my disability, but I want to become a sensational headline because, hey, Manasi Joshi won a gold medal, or Manasi Joshi qualified for Paralympics.
Today, we are speaking with para-badminton world champion Manasi Joshi of India. She was Time India's cover Woman of the Year. She is a Paralympian who's on a mission to improve access and support for para-athletes globally. Now, I'm really excited for you to hear this conversation. We've been massive Manasi fans for the last 5 years following her journey, pre-Tokyo, after Tokyo, and now heading into Paris. So, here we go.
Hi, I'm Manasi Joshi. I'm a para-badminton player from India, and I'm currently going to be representing India at Paralympic Games.
Manasi, so talk to us, what does it mean for you to qualify for Paris?
I'm excited. I'm hoping to make a cut. I have worked extremely hard to reach here, to train. I've been playing this sport since many years. I've been playing this sport since 2015 now. And when I started playing this sport was not even a Paralympic sport. So I've been playing the sport since then. I've achieved almost everything, whatever I wanted to, in terms of my sporting journey. And only one tournament is left now, which is Paralympic Games. So yes, I'm making my debut here.
You mentioned that when you started, the Paralympics didn't exist. So how has it shifted your motivation or focus?
So when I started playing the sport, it was usually for rehab. It was just to enjoy the game, to learn about myself, about my newfound disability, understand my body. I was a badminton player before my injury. So I started playing the sport again after my injury. And this time it was to relearn everything. I never thought that my sport can be a Paralympic sport. It was just for fun. It was a hobby. Then when I started playing at international level, I understood that, I can polish my skills more and I can become better at this sport. So let me try international level. And again, it was just for fun that I was playing the sport for fun, for meeting. I was roaming around the world. I was enjoying food, cuisine, meeting people, enjoying places, and play the sport that I have extreme passion for. And I was working towards improving my skill every day. But when the sport has got added to Paralympics now, an event which happens once in 4 years and which is a gathering of people of like my idols will be at Paralympic Games. So when I will be at this one of the biggest stages of sport, I think I have also not left any of my stones unturned. I'm working extremely hard, and the sport, initially it was just for fun and for passion. Now it's like I'm here to compete. I'm here to give my 100%, and I'm here to be called the best in the sport.
For those who don't know how you found badminton, if you're open to sharing about your injury, I know you had been an engineer. Catch us up to speed.
So I've been playing this sport since childhood. My father was a scientific officer. Like our whole family is into deeply rooted science education. My brother, my sister, we all have done our studies, higher education in the field of science. I have finished my engineering, and sport was a hobby, a tool for personality development. But I was very good. So I used to represent my school. I used to represent my college at local level tournaments. I never wanted to become a sports person. Sports was an identity definitely, but never that I wanted to be called as an athlete. In December 2011, I'm a software engineer. I'm on my way to work one day. and I meet with an accident. I had an accident, and after 45 days of hospitalization, 2 amputation surgeries, and actually total of 6 total of surgeries. I mean, it was very difficult. When I came back home, I came as a person with disability, and the whole life changed for me. As days passed, I learned how to use crutches, learned the usage of prosthetics, and started going to my office, and also started playing badminton on Saturdays and Sundays with my younger brother, who's also a badminton player. And since then, we used to always play sport for fun on Saturdays and Sundays, and I was still learning how to walk again. Then I started playing multiple indoor tournaments, office corporate level tournaments in Mumbai, and in the one of the tournament I became a gold medalist by playing with able-bodied people, and I had made a lot of friends in the disability community by then. So one of my friends suggested, his name was Mani Joi. He suggested, why don't you play this sport why don't you play this sport with people with disabilities? Why are you only playing with able-bodied people? And that's how I started playing at national level and then international level. And in 2015, I played my first international tournament in Spain. And in 2015 again, I qualified for World Championships, and rest is history.
Mansi, I think of you, and obviously so many other people do, as such a role model. What is the type of role model who you hope to be for women, girls, para-athletes, anyone globally?
I think disability is not easy. Dealing with everyday challenges are not easy. But then when I see somebody who has similar disability or similar situation or circumstances, or somebody who has been through some of the most difficult challenges, and when they have come back, and they have proved to the world that they are there to stay, they are there to rise on the podium. I mean, I get inspired in my most difficult days of training when I think of an example of anybody who keeps on pushing, be it able-bodied or para-sports, who keeps on pushing their limits every day. I think I get really inspired, and I wish to be that person for somebody else.
There's a lot of media out there, a lot of outlets who get things wrong about para-sport and para-athletes in general. What are the things that you want people to know and you want to refute?
I think the media has a huge power in changing the narrative of how athletes are perceived. And this Olympic Games was, again, a refresher course for people. And I think now they have to use similar things for para-sports also, because we are not just an inspirational figures. We are not just here to inspire. We are here to compete. We are here to stay in the sport. Like, I put in the same amount of time and effort in my sport like everyone else. And I just don't want to be called inspirational because I happen to play the sport. I want to be called inspirational because I do it. I make it. I show up every day. That is the reason why I want to be called inspirational, not because of I happen to have a disability. I think media is changing the perception. Media is trying to change. I'm happy, but still, not everybody writes about me the way I wish to be written. So what do? I use my own social media to change my own narrative. But then not many people have time to go through your social media accounts, right? So I wish media takes more care in portraying us as powerful figures and talks about our journey in much better way rather than just focusing on our disability. I really wish that thing to change. If you see my articles in Indian newspapers also, you'll see Manasi Joshi, a girl on one leg, conquered, or something related to like sensationalizing my disability in the headline. But I don't want that. I don't want to become a sensational headline because of my disability, but I want to become a sensational headline because, hey, Manasi Joshi won a gold medal, or Manasi Joshi qualified for Paralympics. It's okay if you give me a small column in the sports section rather than writing one inspirational big pieces on your Sunday papers.
That's really good information to know, even for us Olympians, because we might also be able to help. So how can we contribute also to that?
Collaborate. That would be something which I would really like. That just not talk about us, saying that. Again, talk about us, but also collaborate with us. Invite us to your stadiums. Invite the people who's playing the same sport that you are, but who's in the field of para sports. Invite them to train with you. Again, it's not an Olympian's responsibility to push para sports, and I would never ask an Olympian to share a responsibility. But if they wish to, they can again collaborate on social media, on other platforms, and just treat us equally. Play with us, have fun time with us. Not only give us a shout out, but they also train with us.
That's very important, because we're all trying to also build our platforms, and maybe that can be a way of helping. And if we don't have to wait for the media to do it, but rather be an example and show them the way, well, we can also start this way. So thank you for sharing that message.
Manasi, women's sports are very much in the spotlight these days, and we exist to try and make that day every day. What are your hopes for the future of women's sports?
We just came to know that women this time I think US gave out this data that US women athletes won more number of medals than men athletes, which is so refreshing to see. I think I want to see that all sport grows, all gender. I wish there are no such controversies happening related to the gender, especially in sports. When we as people with disabilities are playing sport, there are so much of differences in the whole same category itself. In one category, there are so many different disabilities that there is huge. Always there has been an outcry by athletes saying that I wish there were separate categories. When these things are internally happening, I wish women's sports always stay united. Which I would like to point out here, because we are talking about gender. So in India, when Lakshya Sen had qualified for his semi-finals, do you know what was the news? Lakshya Sen becomes first Indian male to qualify for semi-finals in Olympic Games. And we always see these kind of news for female athletes generally, first female athlete to qualify for this, but we never see it for male. But this is because PV Sindhu from India had already become a finalist, so Lakshya Sen was named as Indian male athlete to qualify for semi-final. I was like, wow.
You're right, it's never spotlighted the other way. Last question that I have is, if little Manasi was sitting next to you, what would you say to your younger self?
That even if your body is aching, when you come back from your training and your body is aching, just remember that you have done a lot. You are working, or you work on yourself. Never compromise on your skill. Show up every day for your games. Do not take each day as it is. Do not put extreme pressure on yourself, because there is no need to. Do not hesitate. Never hesitate to take that one extra step to work for your own betterment. Push yourself. Never dim your shine because it's shining in somebody else's eyes. Shine on, and I would like to tell my younger self this, because this is something which I always tried. I try to fit in a lot, but there's no need. You be as wild as you want. Just give yourself 100%, and again, do not dim your shine.
Thanks for tuning into Flame Bearers.
If you like what you're hearing, please leave us a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow us along on social media for more behind-the-scenes exclusive content on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever social platform you are on. Thank you, and stay tuned for our upcoming episode.